Hello everyone and welcome back to Proxy. In this video I'm going to be giving you a broken down overview of SypionAIO. I'm not entirely sure how you're meant to pronounce it, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Maybe people pronounce it differently, but I'm going to be giving you a broken down overview. If you're watching this on the Proxy website, go ahead and hit the YouTube icon within this video player to take you to our YouTube channel where we have a bunch of content there. Whilst here, go ahead and subscribe and turn on post notifications to know the next time we upload. And if you're on the YouTube side of things, we do have a written overview of SypionAIO on the Proxy website. I will leave that linked down below as well. But let's go ahead and begin this overview at the settings page, then make our way to the task page. So on the settings page, it's going to show you the change logs for every single update. As you guys can see, I'm on the latest update here with the update check button. It's going to check for updates. As you guys can see, I'm on the latest update like I said. Next to that, we have the license tab. In that tab, it's going to show your expiration. It's going to show how many days you have left. It's going to be represented on this graphic here. You can hit this button to go to the dashboard. And whilst I'm here, I may as well cover this drop down. On the drop down, you can hit the update button to check for updates, and you can log out of this key if you wish. Then you have the default settings where you can go in and configure the request delay, error delay, monitor delay, the checkout sound. For this, you can go in and play the checkout sound. So I'm going to play it one sec. And you can also go ahead and configure it. So you can go ahead and hit the reset button if you wish, or you can go to import sounds in, and that will go ahead and obviously change the checkout sound. Resetting it will just change it to the default sound. Then you have your Discord settings where you can put on your webhook URL. You can copy the link. You can test it once you've entered a webhook URL. You can discard the changes you made here, and then once you're done, go ahead and click save changes to go ahead and save the changes on this page. On the proxies page, this is where you can go ahead and create proxies list that can be used with your tasks. So let's go ahead and break down what we can see here. You have to configure a proxy list name. So I'm going to call it video test to begin with, and then we put in the proxies. You can either put it in IP port or IP port username and passwords. I've got 3 proxies here that I'm going to put in. I've gone ahead and put them in. I'm going to hit the save button, and as you guys can see, the proxy list has been saved. The proxy list name is there, the total proxies is there, it shows the date created as well as the time. You can hit this button to go ahead and edit this proxy list, and you can delete this proxy list using this button. If you want to create a new list, you can hit the new button, and that will go ahead and reset this section, and anything you put in here will go ahead and create a new list. And you can hit the import button if you wish to import proxies into Sypion. For the profile section, this is where you can go ahead and configure your profiles that can be used within Sypion. So you have your shipping section, your billing section, and the payment section. Now, one thing to note when you're filling out the shipping and billing, you can go ahead and duplicate it over. By default, it is set to basically duplicate the information you put in the shipping section into the billing section. If you want it to be separate, hit this button, and that will go ahead and give you the option to make it separate. But it's not going to be separate for this video. And then obviously you have the payment section where you put your payment details in. You can configure the profile name. I'm going to do that now actually. I'm going to call it video test once again. And then once I'm done, I hit the save button, and then it will go ahead and save my profile. I'm not going to walk through this entire process. It's very simple. Most of you know how to go ahead and fill out this information. If you don't, just read what it's asking for and go ahead and fill out that information. So I've gone ahead and filled out this information here. As you guys can see, I'm going to hit the save button, and as you guys can see, the profile is there. Now when I hover over this profile, it's going to show me the name of the profile at the top, my full name, my first address line, and my full card number. Now if I want to go ahead and create a new profile, I hit the new button. If I wish to edit it, I simply click on it, and as you guys can see, the details reappear again. I can go ahead and make the changes, and then I can go ahead and save it. But when you actually have clicked on a create profile, you now get these options. You can edit the profile name, you can click new to obviously create a new profile, you can export this singular profile out of Sypion, you can duplicate this, and you can also delete it. So I'm going to demonstrate what a duplication looks like. As you guys can see, video test 2, I click on here, I hit the delete button, I click confirm, and it deletes that profile. Finally, to go ahead and conclude this page, you can go ahead and delete all your profiles if you wish. You can import them all or export them all. That's completely up to you, but the options are there. Let's move over to the task page. Actually, before we go ahead and do the task page, let's just go over the home page, because I do want to leave the tasks for the final part of this video. So on the home page, it's going to show you some analytics based in 3 types of time. So it is today, this week, or all the time. That is completely up to you on what statistics you want to see. So for today, for example, it shows our success rate based in percentages. That will be calculated against how many total tasks you've run and how many successful tasks have been. It'll be divided times by 100. Obviously, the success rate is there. Then you have your total money spent. It also shows your checkouts and your declines there. It shows your checkout history. So obviously, this is very handy when you are buying and you want to know what's happened if you're running loads of tasks. It shows your total checkouts, and it shows if your checkouts have changed from yesterday, as well as your declines as well. And obviously, you can go in and change this for today, week, and all. But let's move over to the task page. So on the task page, there's a bunch of stuff here. I'm just going to quickly go ahead and explain what this all means. So the search bar allows you to go ahead and search for your tasks and this counter represents how many created tasks are currently within the bot. And then you have a few buttons here. You have the start button, stop button, edit button, copy button, and delete button. This is when you go and actually click on a task, you can go ahead and use these buttons. You can import tasks, export tasks, you can open the capture harvester, you can use CLI, and then obviously you can go ahead and create a task. Let's go ahead and create a task here. So we hit the plus button, and then we have all these options. So we go ahead and configure the task name. Let's call it video test to stick to what we've been doing the entirety of this video. And then we can go and select the store. We have a bunch of options here. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and click on a site here. I'm going to go ahead and click on KIF, then you go ahead and select the mode. And obviously this is dependent on what store you go ahead and select. Maybe there's different modes for different stores, so keep that in mind. But I'm just going to show you what a created task looks like. So we have the regular mode. For keywords, basically you have positive and negatives. You can put keywords, links, or variants. It's completely up to you, but it is separated by comma, so keep that in mind when you're putting your keywords in. I'm just going to put in test for the keyword just to show you this task being created. Then for the profile, you can go ahead and select all your profiles if you wish to utilize all of them, or a singular profile if you wish. But it's also important to note, when you click one profile, a comma is there because you can go back in and select another profile, so you can create for all profiles a singular profile or multiple selective profiles based on what you select. Then you go ahead and select the proxy list, video test like we did before. And then similar to profiles, you can select sizes. I'm just going to go with small for the purpose of this video. And then for colors, which is optional, you can go and select the color if you want. I'm just going to hit black. And then for quantity, you can go ahead and configure this. I'm going to keep it at 1. And then you have the amount of tasks you want to go ahead and create. I'm just going to create 1 for this example. And then for advanced, you can go ahead and change a few of the details here, such as the username, password, schedule, whether you want to schedule it or not. And then you go ahead and select a date as well as a time. And then you have the request delay, monitor delay, edit delay, and then you can go ahead and create the task. So that is what I'm going to go ahead and do. And as you guys can see, the task has been created. The task name is there, the site is below it, the mode is there, the size is there, the profile is there, the proxy list is there, the status is idling because this has yet to do anything. Then we have a few actions to start, edit, duplicate, delete. Obviously you can go and delete the task. The logs button to go ahead and show you the logs for this singular task. Now the CLI button will go ahead and open up Sypion CLI if you wish to go ahead and utilize that. I'm not going to be utilizing that in this video, but I'm just going to show you how a running task looks like. So obviously it's going to run into a bunch of errors because its information is inaccurate, but as you guys can see, this is what it kind of looks like. And just to show you the capture harvester here, when you open up the capture harvester, it says waiting for capture, hit the OK button. You can open YouTube to go ahead and log into a Gmail account, and then all your captures will come to this harvester. So that is going to go ahead and conclude this video. I Cop Supply. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. If you wish to check out a written overview, it will be linked down below. If you're watching this on the Cop Supply website, then go ahead and check out our YouTube channel and check out the rest of the content on the page. I highly recommend it.